Hello guys, Antoine here for Simarchitecture and welcome back to a new video. So today we're building the second part of the Eclectic Chateau, which we started 2 weeks ago. So if you remember, we built the exterior and now we're focusing on the interior. I have to say it was not an easy task because, well, first the floor plan was very hard to figure out, especially because of the main lobby, which takes a lot of space inside the house. So I had to organize the whole floor plan around this main lobby, which is actually very high. It stretches on 4 levels with a beautiful skylight coming down to the first floor, from the 4th floor to the first one. So yes, that was the hardest thing. And before I talk about how I furnished this place, you need to know that I only furnished the most important rooms, if I can say, which are the whole first floor and yes, just the staircase. And I actually didn't furnish the 2nd, 3rd and 4th floor because they're mostly bedrooms and I thought it was not very interesting. And also, it took me a lot of time just furnishing the first floor, so I couldn't imagine myself furnishing the 4th floor. Yeah, it would have lasted weeks and weeks, and as you know, I'm going on vacation next week, so I just wanted to get ready with this and focused on the main rooms. So if you want to furnish the other floors, feel free to do so. But there is a lot of work, actually. Yes, but I think the most interesting rooms are downstairs. I built several sitting areas, dining room, main lobby. What do we have? We have an office with a secret corridor leading to the basement. And yes, there are 2 entry halls. And that's it, actually. Yes, there are a lot of possibilities, I guess, in the upper floors, but yeah, as I told you, I didn't have much time, and I also wanted to start creating something new, which I'm already working on. I actually just created, just a quick sketch on the iPad that I drew, and now I just want to build it. So yeah, that's why I just half furnished the house. And there's also another reason, is because the house is already worth more than 3 million simoleons just for 1 floor, so it's really a lot. I think that if I furnish it all, it would be worth around 6 millions, or 5 to 6 millions, which is huge. I've never built something so expensive. I think the most expensive I've built was my version of Schloss Linderhof, which was worth around 3,200,000 simoleons or something. So yes, this might be the 2nd most expensive build I've ever done, and I have to admit that even though I have a good PC, it was already quite heavy, and sometimes, yeah, the PC had some struggle just... yeah, I don't know how dealing with the whole structure, all the objects, because it's really detailed. So yeah, I cannot imagine what it would be like with all the floor furnished. So for the interior, I started with the main lobby, which is probably the masterpiece of this house, which is really huge. And I decided to make it quite minimalistic. It's not the real word because it's not minimalistic at all. I do want to be overcluttered with a lot of furniture and so there's just a carpet, 4 statues, 2 sofas, coffee tables, and yes, and that's it. Just to make it very dramatic, just to give the sensation of space, of grandeur, if I can say. So yes, so next to that there is a small sitting area attached to the main lobby, which now you can see right now on the screen. And there's a corridor going all around the main lobby, leading to the other different rooms, to the staircase. And yes, what I like about the lobby is, of course, the beautiful natural light that we get from the glass ceiling on the fourth floor. It gives a very good light and natural vibe to the room, which I love. Because my biggest fear about this lobby was it to be very dark, because it's really in the center of the house. It doesn't have any direct access to the exterior, so I think it's cool now with this skylight. We have beautiful lighting. Now I am furnishing the so-called music room, which is a sitting area with a piano. That's basically what a music room is. I really tried to go for an eclectic style as well as the rest of the house, mixing several areas, several times, different styles, and I think altogether it looks really cool, like the house of an art collector or something. And I just like the general feeling that you get while entering the house. Next to that, we have the main dining room, which is once again very opulent, very golden, very detailed, with a lot of artworks and wooden paneling and so on. It might be one of my favorite rooms in the house. I really like it, and also because it has a direct view on the outside in the garden, so it's very pleasant to be here, I guess. And finally, there's another sitting room on the other side, so next to the dining room. Once again, it's decorated with different items from different times, with more green colors. And I just like the feeling of this room. It feels really welcoming, warm. You know, I didn't want this chateau to look empty and too impressive. I mean, it's a very big place with some impressive features, but it had to be welcoming and warm, just to make it look like it's a place where you can actually live. So yes, that was the idea behind this build. I hope I succeeded. Just tell me what you think about this place. Would you feel comfortable in this, or is it too big, too grand? Actually, it doesn't look like a royal palace, which was meant to be impressive, to show the power of the owner. Here it's more like, if I can say, a bourgeois chateau. Which means that the person living here is not from nobility or royal background, or I don't know what, but it just means that they're rich people. They're from the civil society. They're not, yeah, they have power, but not political power. So yes, they have quite normal, yeah, not really normal, but let's say not a royal lifestyle. It's just they live like normal people. They don't have to be in representation all the time. So that's why the house probably feels a bit more welcoming and a bit more like a huge family home. So yes, after this small living room that you can see right now, we're going back to the main lobby and the corridor all around it. You will see there's also a small Gothic office study room, which I like because it really shows the eclectic side of the house. I mean, it's quite eclectic to have a Gothic study in such a house. It's quite small and it's quite secret as well, because as you will see, it's actually hidden behind a secret library. And inside the study room, there's another secret library leading to the basement, where there's a big library. And no, actually, it's not a secret library. I meant a secret bookshelf. Because in French, we use the same word for the library and the bookshelf. It's the same word, so that's why I'm always confused. So yes, behind the secret bookshelf, there is a path leading to the basement to a secret library. Yes, now it makes sense. And yes, there's also an access to the basement via the grand staircase, but I actually didn't create it really. It just stair going down and that's it. But you can imagine there having the servant area, the kitchen, some utility rooms or things like that. But as it was not really interesting, I didn't furnish them for this video. And yes, and the final thing that you will see here is the staircase with the landing and also the sort of corridors going all around the main lobby in the upper floors. So I also decorated this because you can see them from the first floor when you're in the lobby. So I didn't want it to look empty while you're downstairs. So that's it actually. Behind the walls, these corridors, there's actually nothing. Just I just actually park it on the floor and wooden paneling. Just that from the outside doesn't look like modern plaster or modern and painted walls. I don't know how to say that, but yeah. And that's it actually. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this build. It's been a long time since I didn't build something in 2 parts, but it was very necessary for this house because it's way too big and I'm not sure you would have liked watching a 1 hour long video. And yes, so I think it's better to divide it into 2 different videos. So if you're new or you didn't see the previous video, please watch it. You will have the first part of the build. I think it's also interesting. And yes, so for the next video, I would try to record it within the weeks, sorry. Have in mind to build something much more modern, contemporary, but yes, I will have to try it. And this will be pre-recorded because next week I will go abroad for 10 days, so I won't be much active on the channel. So that's why I will try to record at least 1 video just to, yeah, to keep posting content while I'm away. And yeah, that's it. I will not promise you any other kind of videos because I'm not sure if I can do it. But yeah, you will have at least 1 video while I'm away, and I think it's pretty cool. Now it's time for me to leave you with the end of the video. I really hope you enjoyed this build. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you next time. Bye!